What's going on, guys? Today I have proof that you can manifest your specific person. And it's funny because it actually came from an article of someone sending me why they thought this meant that they could not actually manifest their specific person. But it actually is going to kill the game. If you have any doubt that you could not manifest your specific person, this video is going to completely blow it out of the water. And as always, I always have like success stories at the end that I can show you guys. And so that you'll, if again, you don't believe that you can manifest your ex, if you think there's circumstances, if there's this or that happening in your reality, it truly does not matter. Okay. And you have if you're manifesting an ex, you have a one up in your pocket ready to use. And so, as always, so going into this, remember that this is a this is a logical article. So we need to remember that the law of assumption states whatever we assume to be is going to be our reality. So don't take this as the end all be all. This is just something that is going to support our belief. But always, as always, you have the ability to create and change whatever you want in your reality. Okay. All right. So the article, and I'll put my phone up on the video right now. And so this is the title. And I know you're probably thinking, Kyle, this does not sound like it's going to be in support. So it says, it's from The Guardian, and I'll link it below if you want to check out the article. It says, biological changes in brain may help in getting over an ex, study finds. So the reason I actually came upon this article is because excuse me, is because someone I was helping coach, so we were meeting up weekly, so my like weekly coaching package, someone sent them this article and said, this is why you can't manifest your ex. This is why you can't be with your ex. And they sent it to me and they're like, I need some help with this. And I read it and I was like, this is exactly why you can manifest your ex and exactly why you're going to. Really, if you are manifesting an ex, this article shows you that you can literally manifest them easier than you can manifest anything else. So let's go in. Okay, written by Nicola Davis. I love that. So let's just read a little bit of it. So breaking up is hard to do, but it seems that the brain might have a mechanism to help get over an ex. Researchers studying prairie voles, so like rodents, said monogamous relationships, so experience a burst of the pleasure hormone dopamine in their brain when seeking and reuniting with their partner. Okay? But then it says, okay, over a long period of time, they no longer experience that surge. So it's basically thinking, okay, so over time, the desire, the urge to get back with your specific, or your ex, in this case, goes away over time. But I'm looking at, going back up, I'm looking at that specific one. So look at that. I'll highlight it. Experience a burst of the pleasure hormone dopamine when seeking and reuniting with their partner. Instead of that looking like it's going against it, to me, that means your specific person, if you're manifesting an ex, is literally thinking of you right now and getting a burst of dopamine, a burst of happiness at the thought of being back with you. So just think about that. And this is, again, take it with a grain of salt because all of these logical studies are always within our assumptional changes that we can have. But just think about that. So right now, your specific person, your ex, is thinking that about you. And you're seeing this in your reality, so it means it is absolutely true. And so I think there was another part that I kind of wanted to get into, but I think that was basically it, because it's they just did the study. Yeah, that's literally, you don't even need to read the article. That's literally the best portion of it. But the reason I wanted to do this was, isn't that funny how the title of the article is like, this is why you're going to get over your ex. But then I'm like, that's all the reason why you're going to manifest your ex. Like that, it's funny how we can reframe everything in our mind to either support what we want or to not support what we want. But your next question might be, okay, Kyle, well, that's awesome. So in my reality right now, whatever your assumption is, this is proof that you could be back with your specific person, your ex, right here and right now. But now you're probably thinking, okay, but then there's a time limit, right? There's amount of time that's going to happen in which I need to hurry up. I need to get there, right? Because the article said that we're running out of time, and over time, it's going to go away. But when I show you my success stories, and I have 3 of them today of just individuals, you'll see that the time is lengthier. It's basically infinite, right? There is no time, right? If you have been in or are familiar with your specific person, and this is not something new to like psychology, but again, remember, law of assumption, think of Neville Goddard. All of this can change through assumptions. So we can make it support and help us, or we can make it do the opposite. It's totally within our assumptions. But this isn't something new to psychology, that when you are very familiar or you know of someone very well, you have a higher emotional attachment. So it's like literally basically if you know your specific person, and again, if you don't, everything is within assumption. If you basically know your specific person, you are more likely, you basically have a one up over every single third party in existence. Especially if they're your ex, they're getting a massive, massive feeling of abundance and positivity when they look or think about getting back with you. I feel like that's like crazy in its own right. Like literally they're thinking of you right now and just being so happy, just thinking about the fact of getting back together with you. So just let that sink in a little bit. And again, if you guys do want to check out the article, I do have it linked below, but I'm like, how could you ever doubt yourself with this understanding, with knowing that right now, again, you're seeing this article and it's funny. I don't get why it's worded in the opposite. Like maybe I think a lot of news articles try to like promote drama, but I'm like, this is exactly why your ex is thinking about you right now and you can manifest your specific person. Now, I will say, as always, if you don't know your ex, that doesn't mean that you can't manifest them. This was just supposed to basically lock in this concept of manifesting an ex, because most people feel, oh, I have this intense history with my ex, my specific person, and that's why I can't manifest them back. But literally, this is telling you that history is the reason that's going to create and why it makes it so much easier. And it's actually something that I included in a lot of my coaching sessions. Well, actually, every single one of my coaching sessions. I always talk on specific ideas when they are manifesting someone they've been with before, because as I always say, if you've been with them, if you're very familiar, it's so much easier to get into the state. Like even think of the article, right? If manifestation is all about just assuming as if we already have it, then you are going to know exactly what that feeling is like, and you're going to be able to jump right into it whenever you want, right? But there is the idea that it's only then. It's almost like maybe it's too easy, so everybody manifesting an ex is like, that's too easy for me. I got to make it difficult on myself. Because then all we have to do is just not allow our previous or past assumptions to kind of jump in on that. And that's like the main factor in between changing the relationship or ending up in an on and off relationship, because that's what's going to happen if we do assume and go back to the same exact state we did previously. You're just going to end up in an on and off relationship. That's exactly what I've done in the past, manifesting an ex. If you assume the state, go back to what you did previously, you end up in the same on and off sort of scenario. Basically, fully realizing this idea that everything that you assume, no matter what it is going to reflect in your reality. So keep that in mind, every single assumption. So again, that's what I usually work with people initially, like, okay, can you let go of this past? Can you think of your relationship as new? And then we kind of work together to kind of change those assumptions. But remember, that's something that you can work on right here and right now. But I definitely wanted everyone to remember and know that all of this still falls within the law of assumption, because everything is a reflection of you. So choose to bring in the information, the ideas, the assumptions that help you, and then get rid of the ones that don't necessarily help you so much. And so next, I want to go over 3 different quick little success stories that are going to help you massively in understanding that manifesting your ex, it does not matter the amount of time. Maybe I'll even go into a couple kind of other success stories that I don't have screenshots for, but have happened in the past. So here's the first one I'm put up, and I'm going to read it on my phone because I can't see what's on the screen right now. But this first one, and it's funny, it starts off with "I'm sorry." I don't know what they're sorry about, but it says, "I'm sorry, but I just have to say that I followed you after seeing one of your manifestation videos, and my ex sent me an email after being so dead set on us breaking up." So there, there is a lot to unpack in this one. So first and foremost, look at that. Look at that circumstance that was with their specific person. Their SP, their ex, was so dead set on breaking up, okay? And this is the circumstance and the assumption that makes us think when we look at that article that's like, oh, this is how your manifestation isn't going to work out. Or this is why you and your ex are going to get over. This is the mechanism that allows that. But these are the circumstances that make us forget about our power. Because look at that. Just literally, so that's that's the intention that I always talk about. And you guys have seen people manifest like quickly, easily, and effortlessly just by following me, watching one of my videos. Maybe this is the video for you that's going to manifest that text. I literally just made a video and I changed the title, the one I did yesterday, that was like, someone manifested a text instantly watching this video. But I made that video. It wasn't titled that until someone manifested it, and I retitled it, and then other people were saying that they were manifesting a text. So go watch that video after this, and you're going to manifest a text too. But check the comments too, because it's funny, because you'll see the comment that I replied to that I was like, oh my gosh, I need to actually change the name of this video because of that. But just by, again, following, getting into that attention, intent, or having that intention set that I can do this, I have the belief, right? Assumptions override everything. So that's why I had that little disclaimer of this is still law of assumption. This is still Neville Goddard. This isn't impacting anything of that way. It's just everything can be, what you're seeing is what's reflecting in your 3D, but you can always change it. And so if your specific person is absolutely dead set on breaking up with you, that doesn't matter. Okay, so that's how quickly things can change. And then I also wanted to include another success story because I thought this one was kind of cool with how getting into the state, manifesting your specific person causes other people from your past or in relation to relationships to kind of reach out. So they said, it's titled, "Thank you, Kyle." It said, "Hi, Kyle. I have big news. After I bought your course, I finally understood what I was missing to manifest correctly. In the last few days, I had 2 exes, 4 girls I liked, 1 girl who snubbed me, and a girl who didn't want to be with me. And all of these people reached out to them." Because for a second I was there, I was like, wait a minute, am I reading this right? What? There's like missing information. But I forgot about the other emails they were reaching out. So they had 2 exes, 4 girls that they liked, 1 girl who didn't like them, and another one who just didn't want to be with them, all reach out to this person after this course, right? And you're like, that's absolutely crazy, right? And so any assumption or any fear, any worry that you cannot be with your specific person, that is just absolutely bizarre. And what I like about this one is that it showcases how when you get into the state, when you get into the feeling, everything aligns to make it the way that your assumption is. So if you are assuming a positive relationship, that you are someone who is in a relationship, you're going to see that begin to reflect outside of you, okay? Because if you are in the state, every assumption that's like automatic when it comes to manifesting is going to come to surface. So you will see other people kind of reaching out, people from the past, people in your external reality, repeating back your positive self-concept, all of that amazing stuff. So just remember, keep that in mind. And then I have one more success story that I wanted to put up. And so this one is another one from like a workshop. And so they said, "I just wanted to let you know that I did your 5-day workshop. And then in those 5 days, not only did SP reach out, but so did their ex." So think about that. Think about the power, but also think about the length of time. Oh yeah, I didn't include in here. That's the one I wanted to include in here. But because I was like, the whole point of this was supposed to be time. But these individuals and their exes, they were long. It was like the one was 6 months and one was like over a year that they had not been in contact with them. So when you think of the concept or idea of over time, it's going to be harder to manifest your specific person or your ex, that's just not the case. I didn't want to include it in here because I already put it in a previous video, but another one was like 6 months. So they were in no contact got into the state. We met up for coaching, and they literally 6 months of no contact, their specific person reached out. And the crazy thing is, everybody who sees these success stories always is like, I don't think it's like, this is almost too good to be true. That's impossible, until they live it themselves. Like I just had, I can't bring it up because it's not on this phone. I just had someone text me who was in my January coaching, who is, I think, yeah, member too. It messaged me on the call. They're like, it seems too good to be true on the January call. And then I was basically letting everyone know that it's all about intention, all about assumption. And then after the call, they manifest their specific person to reach out to them. And they were like, I'm totally a believer now. Like, I can't believe I ever doubted that this could happen. Like, it really is, that's your reality. And it's only our assumptions that kind of go against it that then make the ability to receive these successes or impossible, basically. Because so think about this. And I had someone even comment on one of my Instagram posts, and they were like, I can't believe anyone believes this. And you're like, think about the concept, that idea. What type of person would say this? Obviously, someone who, one, does not believe that it can happen, right? And so that's, as I always mention, the first thing we need to focus on. Belief is the most important thing when it comes to manifesting. If you feel that you can't do it, that it's impossible, that it can't happen, then it's not going to happen. Like, your reality gives you what you assume to be. So whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're literally right. So the belief is the most, literally the first. If you don't believe you can do it, how could it ever show up in your reality, right? Our whole mind is going to be placing assumptions and values outside of us. And so if you literally don't think it can happen, then it won't happen. And as soon as, this is the crazy thing, and it's so simple, but as soon as you begin to get into the belief, and sometimes it takes time, so be patient with yourself. Don't feel like, oh my gosh, if I don't manifest the text instantly after this video that I'm a failure. No, that's not true at all. It's because sometimes we have these assumptions that kind of impact that. And it's hard to sometimes let go of that previous state. As Neville Goddard would say, that we need to completely let go and forgive of everything. They have to not, that was a totally different topic. Neville Goddard says we have to die to our old self. Okay. So that version of you no longer here, no longer exists. And we're giving life to the new version of ourselves that's in that relationship. That's the essence of what we need to focus on. So again, if you don't think this can happen to you, just wait. just you wait, because it is absolutely going to happen to you, because our reality is full of this abundance that we just need to tap into. And whenever we're doubting, whenever we're fearing anything, it still isn't going to take your power away from you. You have the ability to create whatever you want. So I just thought that was like a really, really cool idea to mention, the literal proof that you can manifest your ex literally right here and right now. Again, if you guys haven't checked out the other video where I talk about like the frequency of manifesting, go check that out, because it's someone manifests 2 people so far. Last time I checked, 2 people, because I think there were more comments. The 2 people commented that they manifested a text, and then I just changed the title. And that was that. So check it out if you want to see that. Definitely, if you did have any questions, comments, ideas on this, leave them in the comment section below, because I know someone's still going to maybe have some worries when it comes to manifesting their ex, which is okay. But I'm going to be here to completely let all of those, or completely destroy any of those worries as well. If you wanted to kind of hop in or send me any questions, definitely put them down below. You can also reach out to me on my website at kyleaugustcoaching.com. Or I do weekly lives with my YouTube members and give out guided meditations as well. So if that's something that you wanted to hop into, definitely hop in below. We're almost at 200 members, which is absolutely crazy. So for around the time, once we receive 200 members, I'm going to put a post in the community. I'm going to give away weekly weekly video sessions. So we're going to meet each week for 30 minutes to get you to your manifestation. Valentine's Day is coming up, so we're getting into this. So if this video came to you as proof that you can manifest, then that's what it is. But you got the proof now. But just know, if you did want to hop in to that giveaway and then work with me up until Valentine's Day in order to manifest your specific person around the 200 mark, I'm gonna pick someone who kind of hopped in. We are really close, so make sure to hop in as soon as you can. And then either way, I will be meeting up with everyone doing fun, special stuff for February leading up to Valentine's Day, because I want you to be with your specific person, and you are going to be with your specific person for Valentine's Day. Thanks again so much for hopping by or checking in, stopping by, and I'll see you in the next video tomorrow.